Charlie, Charlie White, Charlie White, Charlie, Charlie
White.
White. Another Charlie White goal. What's that now? Is
20th league goal of the season.
20th league goal of the League One season. That is mental. I'm not being funny, but
let's have a round of applause for Charlie.
Yeah, not too long. He hasn't died. Yes, 2-0, as you can see. I don't know how to feel about this performance, to be honest, Dan, because it's not like, I don't know. It's not like we played really, really well. Because Rochdale, as we kept saying before the game, Rochdale are a good footballing team. How did you think the game went?
I feel like we got our business done really in the first half, didn't we? Didn't need to do much in the second half. Obviously we scored earlier with Sanderson. Great header. Their defending was atrocious. I mean, I don't know what defenders were doing. Even in free at the back post, literally unmarked the whole sort of at the time the ball came in, and he put it away. Good, nice little passionate celebration from Dion. He deserved that goal after how well he's been playing. He's been quality the last few games, and he continues to be quality. Hopefully we can maybe sign him if we go up next season, but that's a different story. And obviously Charlie again, Jordan Jones. I loved his cross because how quickly he got it in the box. He sort of, instead of a gooch or a diamond taking half an hour to get it in, he just got past his man, put it in straight away. Beautiful cross right on Charlie's head, and when that happens, what the end result is, and it's another goal for Charlie. And I mean, as I said, like 2-0, you can just relax for the rest of the game, really. Sort of just control the game, try and keep the ball, and that's what we did, really. I feel like we're finally starting to look like we are just seeing games out and winning games, not necessarily playing at our best, but winning games and not doing that, it's not necessarily a bad thing. And yeah, Lee Johnson, once again, another clean sheet. I think it's 4 clean sheets out of 5. I think we're unbeaten in about 5 or 6 games, only about 5 wins, 1 draw or something. So, I mean, I think we're best in the form table as well. So it's looking good. Obviously, it's a massive game on Tuesday against Pompey. But after they've been, as Matty in the chat is saying, they've been spanked. I think it was a 4-1, was it, in the end?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great for us. Northampton as well, strange one, because I think they're right at the bottom and they were very poor when we played against them. So yeah, I mean, it's a good day all around. A few results went our way as well. I think Peterborough lost as well. So yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what we've done, we've taken maximum points out of, apart from 2, out of how many games was it? Like 4 or 5 or something like that.
Let me just.
So we've taken maximum points of -2 out of most of our games. So we've done pretty well.
Although 5 wins and 1 draw in the last 6 games.
5 wins and 1 draw. Just before we wait for the fans to enter, I can show you here the league table. We have obviously Hull City. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Hull City, obviously still top. The form hasn't. I don't think has been updated yet. At least I don't know. Oh, I think it might be. Anyway,
yeah,
so it has, yeah. So yeah, look. I mean, if we look at that, then how many points were it? 57. So that's only 5 points off, automatics, and 2 games less than Hull City. We still do have Hull and Peterborough and Lincoln to play. We could have gone third today if I think Lincoln would have had lost. But still, you look at that, don't you? And you just think, well, I don't know why earlier on in the season we were going, I don't even think we can get playoffs. And it's amazing what winning a few games can do, can't it?
Yeah, definitely. As we said a few weeks ago, if we said if we can get a good few wins in a row, the table completely changes, and that's happened. And equally so, look at Portsmouth's form. I mean, they've lost 3 out of 5, won 1. So they're going in the opposite direction, which is a great thing considering we're playing them on Tuesday. So yeah, I mean, I would back us, but you never know. And against Portsmouth, they're always up for the big occasion. They're putting a good shift at home as well. So it'll be a tough game, but I mean, I feel like we are in form. We probably are considered the favourites in that game.
What happened to Portsmouth today, though? Like, I don't know. What if their like manager gets like sacked? Because it could happen after that today.
I don't think it'd be sacked, but I feel like it could be at the end of the season if they don't go up. I feel like sacking someone now is a bit sort of
Maybe.
later on. It's quite harsh on a new manager to try and get someone in. I don't really see the point. But yeah, it's tight. Look, also I was going to say as well, we've created a bit of a gap between 7th place as well. So I'm confident playoffs are pretty much almost guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed, but you know what I mean. Obviously, 7 points clear back into the Ipswich. So yeah, I mean, 4th in the table, 5 points. Got, as you said, we've got to play the top 3 teams. So if you beat those 3 teams, then you're all of a sudden top of the league. But you just got to keep going. Another clean sheet, another victory. That's all you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to bring the live chat. Alyssa or out, even everyone, even Alyssa. As we were saying, Doncaster still have 2 games in hand, doing really well, even though they're not on the best form at the moment. Don't know if that proves how bad the league is. Yeah, well, it's a weird season, isn't it? Because I don't think you never see a season where one team has so many games in hand. Like if you look at the table there, I mean, you look how many sort of points Doncaster's on there on the points. Played how many games they played? 30. 4 games less than Hull. So you know, if Doncaster win those 4 games, 4 games in hand on Hull, then it fires them. I'm trying to do my math. It's 12 points
on the board, though. If you look at the first season we were in League One, you'd rather have points. I think you'd rather have points on the board than games in hand, because you never know what can happen in the games in hand.
Well, exactly, because these games in hand, like you could play two games a week, and then the players get tired, players get injured. It's just proved this season with our players. If we're playing so many games in a week, the fitness is a big thing. And yeah, honestly, I don't know. I just hope we can. I don't want any more games in hand. Obviously, we're playing the final, and on Sunday, so that should be a good game. And that's the last game that we have. That's not the league, isn't it? So after that, we'll just be able to focus on the league. I don't know though, but what's your feelings like going into the Papa John's Trophy final? Because we spoke a little bit about Portsmouth, but for next weekend, it's a big game we've got.
Massive game. I guess you never know. It's a one-off in it. Wembley final. I mean, the amount of upsets you see there, they do happen more often than not, really. So it is possible for Tranmere to get something, because I'm not sure how they got on today. Do you know how Tranmere got on today?
I'm not sure actually. I'll have a little check.
But yeah,
see how they did.
I feel like last time I looked, they were 4th, I think, in League 2. But they're in good form as well. I think they had similar form to us, so it will be a tougher game, as people think. They'll be high on confidence. They've got nothing to lose as well, so they'll go for it. I suppose.
I've just remembered Tranmere in League 2. There's me checking League 1. I've just remembered their League 2.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a tough one. I don't really know what to expect, because obviously we don't really know much about them either, because we haven't played them since last season. I presume getting relegated, they've made a lot of changes to their team. Yeah, personnel-wise.
But what changes would you make for our team? Because we took Jones off, took McGeady off when the game was won, really. But the players who we play on Sunday, obviously Sanderson's cup tied, Winchester's cup tied, so is Vokins. So it's going
to Neil Tranmere today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we'll just let everyone know that. Yeah, exactly. Tranmere got beat 1-0 against Crawley Town today. So it's I mean, you see that, but whether Tranmere are resting players for the final, I don't know. It's a big occasion for them, really, isn't it? Not so much for us. I mean, obviously a Wembley final is big, but yeah. So don't know. We'll just see how it goes, really. I want to know where Graham is. I want to know where Paul is. I want to know where everyone is right now, because it's just me and Dan talking. But that doesn't matter, really, is it?
We're going off in the live chat though. See, Carl's in there. Me and him got the prediction right. 2-0 win.
You and him did get the prediction right. Yes. And who else have we got here? We have some really tough league games remaining. Nearly all of them are currently in the top 10. Absolutely. Well, here joining us, as everyone can see, we've got the famous Sean Middleton. Sean, you did the watch-along stream with Jordan. What did you make of the game?
It wasn't a great performance, let's be honest. But for me, I always say this all the time. It's about getting the points on the board and trying to close the gap. I think after the disappointing Crew draw, it felt like a win. The late goal in the 97th minute, but I thought I'll give Rochdale some credit. They come up here and they had a go, didn't they? They didn't sit back and just defend and think, oh, we'll just. I thought they actually made a go of it, and they played some nice football at times. And if they were ruthless in front of goal, we obviously took the lead. Great header by Dan Sands and great cross from McGeady, but there was a chance on the right hand side, and it come across and I think there was like a sort of an open goal what they missed, and thankfully because if that went in, it could have been a different game. And they did create some good stuff. They played some good football. I thought, Stephen Humphries, I think it was the forward. He looked lively all the time.
I think he's a decent player.
No, he's a decent player. Right, definitely, Dan. And I mean, the second from bottom, and as we were talking about last night with Nick Barnes, the one thing about them is they get the football, they like to get down and play football, and not come here and just defend for their lives. And that sort of, we didn't have many chances in the game, did we? Let's be honest. I mean, just in the first half, maybe I think that 2 shots and we scored the 2 goals. And the second half, if we were a bit more ruthless in the second, we probably could have gotten this 3rd or 4th. But look, at the end of the day, it's another win. Portsmouth and Peterborough dropped points today, and now Lincoln and Hull won. But on a whole, it's been a good Saturday, hasn't it? Let's be honest, lads.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. It has been very tiring as always. With Sean's got his Cobra. He's given up on the Red Bull. It's after a Sunderland win. It's all the Cobra.
Always Cobra.
Always Cobra on a Saturday. What did you make of Oliver Younger's performance today, or him starting? Dan, start with you.
I was obviously shocked to see him start, and also play at right back as well. I thought he'd be playing centre half, because obviously that's where we've seen him before. But I don't think he did too badly. It wasn't an amazing performance, but it wasn't awful. Do you know what I mean? It was just a solid sort of performance. I was a bit confused why he got taken off at 50 minutes. I thought if you're going to take him off, surely take him off at half time, unless he got injured or he had a niggle or something. But yeah, it was all decent first game. A lot better than McFadden at left back, safe to say. But it's a tough one because you can't really, when you've seen the player so little, you don't really know you can't really assume like what they're like and almost judge them yet. But yeah, I thought it was a decent first game, considering let's be honest, it's his first league start in men's football. I'm pretty sure anyway. So yeah, I feel like he's definitely got potential to be a good player in the future as well.
Yeah, Sean.
Oliver Younger, he looked comfortable at times, but then he obviously he had a couple of times where he got the ball, he just misplaced his pass. But I think although there's no fans on the ground, I thought he was a little bit nervous.
He was he was so nervous,
wasn't he? And you imagine there was like 30,000 in there, screaming, shouting about. I think, oh no, I feel a bit, But yeah, full credit to that. I mean, and we went to a back four, didn't we? And there was a couple of people suggesting this on Twitter and social media about all of you coming in, and I thought, no, you got my Max Power. I'll just put Max Power right back, and he'd put Scowen and Winchester in the middle. But full credit to Lee Johnson again. He's given the youngsters a chance. And I thought Younger he didn't do too bad. I mean, it's a confidence thing, isn't it? As well, I think he'll get better as he gets more chances. But will he get his chance? Will he get chances when people come back? I mean, there's Flanagan's due back in there. Wright is due back, so it's going to be hard for him to. But the final on Sunday, I think we've got like Sanderson's out, isn't he? Cup tied. I think Jordan Jones is, so he might actually get a chance on Sunday in the cup final.
Yeah,
absolutely. Just want to bring in a listener on the chat said my favourite part personally was Jordan Jones breaking the lino. That was pretty. He ran so fast, the lino was trying to keep up with him, and in the end, I don't know what he did. He pulled his calf or something like that.
He was gone.
Yeah, the poor lino must have been busting the gut to get there. Absolutely. Yeah, as Ethan's just said, Jordan Jones crippling linos, crippling defences. Who else have we got? And Ethan's just saying, thank the Holy Lord, Hume is back on the training pitch. He certainly is. Right, we have another Sunderland fan to bring in and give their opinion on the game. We've got Stephen Nesbitt. Stephen.
All right,
welcome.
there. All right.
How are you?
I'm all right. Yeah. Just the usual tiredness from work, but not to worry.
Well, thanks for making it on.
Yeah.
Good game today then. 2-0 win against Rochdale. Was it what you expected or?
Well, I thought they turned out to be better than what we thought, I think. Especially after we scored, they did come at us a bit. And yeah, I was relieved to see when we got the second goal in the first half, that, you know, we had a 2-0 cushion because they had the chances today. I mean, again, the weakest link in defence was McFadden, wasn't he? Yeah, that's an area we've got to look at. I think, I don't know. There's only Hawkins, isn't there, really, that can come in there. And the goals, well, obviously Sanderson was our best at the back throughout the game. I mean, he rescued us a few times. He came in, didn't he? And he scored that goal. Excellent. He was, he peeled off and put it in after McGady put it over. And then the second goal, obviously, great cross from Jones and Charlie Wyke, excellent finish. So, I mean, the second half, we just seemed to see the game out, didn't we? And they didn't really threaten us as much, I thought. So, job done, isn't it?
Yeah, it is absolutely. It was a great header by Sanderson. To be honest, as well. Obviously McGeady did so well. I mean, in winning the free kick as well. But did you see him before how he knocked the ball past the player, and he still did manage to get the cross in, although he was fouled. So he was sorry.
So McLaughlin's brother. He had a.
McLaughlin's brother. Yeah. Well, we know for certainly got the better McLaughlin, haven't we? Ethan was just saying we can do the triple sign, Sanderson, win the league, and win the cup. What a season that would be! It's a shame, really. Sanderson can't play in the final, really, isn't it?
Jesus, I know.
It's a terrible, really. But yeah, I mean, what I was saying before the game is that everyone's they see where Rochdale are in the league, and I just said, like, don't underestimate them, and they played football today, and you have to say for most of the game they were the better team, for a lot of it, and in terms of sort of possession, they're the ones who are passing the ball around quite well, and that they didn't look like a team that should be second from bottom, should they, just by the way they all play football.
I mean, from what I've seen, obviously, of other teams, they did use the ball very well. It is a big surprise where they're at. I mean, we've seen like Swindon, like on Tuesday there, what I've seen of them. I mean, they were pretty poor at times, weren't they? And other teams who have played in this league, I mean, they shouldn't really be down there, but they cannot put the ball in the back of the net. I think that's their main problem, isn't it? After what we've seen today.
Yeah, if you look at the league as well, Rochdale are actually bottom now, and still looking at the bottom four. Obviously Northampton have pulled themselves out now after beating Portsmouth today, so you look at sort of the teams towards the bottom of the table, but the
goals conceded, though, isn't it?
You could work your way up from the bottom. Rochdale, obviously, we beat them today. Drew away. Wigan, we got beat. AFC Wimbledon, we've had a game where we haven't been able to beat them. Bristol Rovers, we drew 1-1 with them. Swindon Town, beat them both times. That they've been all right.
Yeah.
But then Northampton didn't manage to score against Northampton. Drew against Burton. Lost against Shrewsbury. Lost against MK Dons. And drew against Fleetwood and lost against Plymouth. So you sort of you look at all the teams there, and teams have actually struggled with. But then if you if you pull the table up here, I mean, you look at these teams. These are teams that we've actually, sort of managed to do quite well against when we played them. And you think back to the sort of score lines. Hull City haven't managed to sort of beat us with where they are in the table. We've beat Peterborough, we beat Lincoln 4-0, beat Doncaster 4-1. It doesn't really make sense, does it? How this how this table works. And going into Portsmouth on Tuesday, I know it's obviously a big game when we speak about it being a massive game, and it is. But I'm quite. I don't know about you, Des, but I'm more confident. I was more confident about Portsmouth on Tuesday than I actually was about today. Do you know what I mean, Sean? Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, sort of. But Portsmouth, they've got that thing with us where I always seem to put a performance in the games, don't they? And I think what happened today with them getting beat 4-1. It could have been the worst thing actually, because they'll be hurting and they'll want to respond. And I'm thinking if they just had won a draw today, it wouldn't be like sort of now the pressure's on them. They've got to bounce back. So that maybe I'm thinking that could have been a bad thing for us today. Them getting a good hiding off the 4-1 defeat. So I'm just hoping that we'll just go into the game and just approach it as we have done, and we've just got to try and. I mean, do you think settling for draws a negative thing, or do you think we're going to go down there and maybe just take the game there and say, look, our main business this season, we're going to try and go for the 3 points?
Well, Dan, what do you think? We'll start with Dan first.
I think we go for it. To be honest, I don't see why not. I mean, they're in awful form. I think we said earlier they've lost 3 out of the last 5 games, 1 draw, 1 win, and I think Lee Johnson, he's not the sort of manager who's going to settle. I think he just wants to play. He wants to go for it. Wants to play football, and I feel like you've got to do that in this league. We've seen the amount of chances other teams have. You've got to take that risk, and he's willing to take that because he knows that the quality of finishing isn't very good on opposition players. Because every team, us and our opposition, every game, there's always chances to score goals, but it's about who can put them in the back of the net. And Mike's been doing that this season for us. But yeah, Pompey, they always turn up for the Sunderland games as well. We know it'll be a tough game. I mean, I think when we played them earlier in the season, I mean, they pretty comfortably beat us. I know we played pretty poorly that day, but I still think they did a good job. And obviously, I think 9 got sent off in that game as well. It wasn't a good afternoon that. So I think our players will be eager to turn it around as well. It's on Sky, so players will want to be showing off for that as well. So I think it'll be a great game. It's sort of the game that you want to be at as a fan as well. Great atmosphere normally down at Fratton Park, both fans. So yeah, I think it'll be hopefully. I just prefer seeing games that like today. I mean, at least Rochdale went for it. It's just so boring when you have teams that just park 10 men behind the ball and then just try and get a draw. I mean, it's just not pleasing to watch. But when both teams are going at it, it's much more interesting. I think Pompey will go for it as well. They're at home. They normally have a go on us, and hopefully their loss today. It's an interesting one because it could either really benefit us or it could not, because they could be fired up, especially more for Tuesday, or they might just sort of not fancy it. But yeah, it'll be a great game, I think.
Yeah, and I'll say as well, to answer your question, Sean, of going to places and trying to settle for a draw. Now I'm going to sort of go off on like the Adopted Mackham's Black Cat podcast here for a minute. But like when I say we need to strive to be the best, and want to be the best, and even if we know we're not the best, we still have to want to be and believe that we are. Now, I will never ever in League One go to a place and just settle for a draw. It's not acceptable to me, because like you look at the football club that we are and you think going to other football clubs in League One and just settling for a draw I don't think it's acceptable. We can't go to places and just settle for draws. Lee Johnson's already said that. He says he's never going to do that. So in my eyes, we have to go to Portsmouth and win the game. We have to go. And if we're serious about automatic promotion, trying to get second or win the league, if we are serious about doing that, this is where we have to step up and actually win games. It's these games you have to win that really, separates you from getting, promotion, automatic promotion and the playoffs or staying in League One. It's fine margins. It's like when we drew to Doncaster earlier on in the season at the Keepmoat. I said, those 2 points there, bring it down. I said, bring it down to the last day. I said, it might not seem much at the moment on the table, but bring it down to the last day. You really wish that we cleared that ball, and we didn't. We didn't give that goal away. There's a 2 points. If you add 2 points to our total now, we'd only be 3 points off automatics. So, yeah,
you can say that about any game, though. Really, you could say if Swindon scored that free kick in the last minute the other day, then we wouldn't have had the extra 2 points.
Yeah.
Swings and roundabouts. Just got to keep on.
Well, exactly. Yeah, and But the way I see it, I would never go to a place looking for a draw. Absolutely not. While we're in this league, we've got to go there, and games aren't going to be easy, but we better still go and win them. We play football matches to win them, not draw them. That's just what we should do in my eyes. But before I go to the live chat, Stephen, what do you think?
Well, much the same of what you said there. We've got to go there for a win on Tuesday night, especially say after today, have a go at them, because otherwise they will. I mean, they have still got people to hurt us, haven't they? Like John Marcus, I presume. If we give them a chance, so yeah, definitely got to go for a win, not a draw. And we're a different team to last time we played them, aren't we? I think. We're more attacking minded. I mean, last time although they played us off the park, you couldn't see us getting anywhere, could you, at all in that match? So yeah, I definitely. Yeah.
Matthew, they've lost. I was looking at. They've lost 4 of the last 6. Jeez, they're in really, really bad form at the minute.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, I didn't realize how bad the form they were. At the last 6, they've lost 4. They lost at Bristol Rovers, then lost at Blackpool, they beat Oxford, which is going, drew with Gillingham, and then they've lost against Doncaster and Northampton. So they really are in bad form. I'm hoping Dan said earlier on there, let's hope we can use that advantage, and we seem confident, go there and take the game to them and try and get the 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to bring in the live chat. I don't know whether this is good news or bad news. James Vaughan is out for Wembley, so he needs surgery, which is good, because I've had nightmares of him scoring the winner against Sunderland. But when I say it's bad news, I mean that means they won't have a bad striker playing for them. Or I don't know. But we know James Vaughan isn't great. So thank you, Alyssa, for that information. So AJJ was just saying, Jamie McAllister says we are winning the game in both boxes, clean sheets and scoring goals. Yeah, I mean,
it's
what's going on.
No, he just said, win the game in both boxes in this. I said, well, yes, not if you do that, you normally win games. I thought it's almost stating the obvious there.
Literally. But yeah, no, that's pretty good. I've got more subjects to talk about, but I was just waiting for more people to join. But we'll just move on. We'll move on to them anyway. Good performance. Who would you guys say your man of the match was today?
Sanderson.
Sanderson for me as well.
Especially with the goal as well. I mean, even without the goal, he was still class. But I just topped it off. Yeah,
it was a deserved goal, really, because he's been really good. But to be honest, he had to prove me wrong, because when he first sort of came into the team, I was thinking, I'm not too sure about this lad, to be honest. I wasn't too sure, but fair enough to him. He really has. He really has proved us. Well, proved me wrong, really. And people calling for him to start. I wasn't really inclined to it. I would rather have, I would have rather Wright or Willis would have started. But fair enough to him. He's really taken on that role. So I think we're going to be in big trouble when we go to we got to Wembley and not start with him. And I was asked this question before, Sean. I want to ask you, who would you defenders be at Wembley?
Well, obviously, if Wright's still out and Flanagan's out, then oh god, he's probably going to have to play a back three of Power, Nyan.
It's almost impossible, isn't it? It's almost impossible to think.
It might have to play Younger, Power, and Nyan as a back three.
If Conor McLaughlin's back, then put him in.
If Conor McLaughlin's back, it'll be Power McLaughlin and O'Nien as a back three, and go to it back. The worrying thing for me is, as Stephen said, anyone McFadden is keeping Vokins out. So there was that tell you about Vokins. He's keeping Vokins out. So Vokins, I said straight away, I was like, I don't like the look of him. Vokins, nah.
No, he just. Yeah, it's like he's never played. It's like he's never played football in his life. It's like he's come from playing a different sport.
All the Sunderland is getting a goal he scored for Southampton. While playing a clip on Twitter and saying, "Oh, look how good he is! He scored that screamer." Look, that doesn't make you a good defender, or a good defender where you can defend, or you've got good positional sense. That just means you hit a good shot. Anybody can do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But speaking of the left backs. I mean, how did you think McFadden did today?
He's just sloppy again. Just like he did a bit where he misplaced the header. He went and jumped for a minute and bounced off the oh God, man. He's just clumsy, isn't he? He is clumsy. My heart's in my mouth. Do you remember Brendan Galloway? It reminds us of a slightly version of him. Every time I think, where's he? What's he doing? He's just made that mistake. But I wouldn't say it was a nightmare, but he's just again a couple of mistakes. And even there, in the big games on Tuesday, he'll start on Tuesday, and you better believe Portsmouth. What will they do? Where's the weakness in our defence?
Yeah, he can't stop a cross. He can't stop the cross.
Go straight down that flank.
Yeah,
you know what I
mean? He cannot stop crosses, like as we say today, and he's positional player in defence. He's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I think the only decent thing about him is when he went forward and he had that shot, didn't he? Well, the goalkeeper did make a meal of it, but that's where his area. He seems to be a lot better forward wise. But defensively, he's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dan, what did you think of his performance today?
Yeah, same old really. Just pretty poor. I just don't think he's a very good player. I don't think he's necessarily playing badly in his zone. I just think he's not a good enough standard for us. Because he's consistently playing at the same level. And I mean, it's not like he's having a dip in form. I just think he honestly just don't think he's good enough. But as Sean said, if Vokins can't get in over him, then how bad is Vokins? I mean, he must be awful in training, or he must be awful in drills.
Yeah.
Honestly. But obviously Vokins can't play in the final, so maybe he's building up McFadden to sort of, because he knows McFadden has to play in the final. There's no other left back or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I just don't really see the point of bringing in Vokins if he's not good enough, and B, just going to sit on the bench. I mean, you may as well just have put a kid on the bench for left back. But yeah, I mean, we're just going to have to deal with him, aren't we? He won't be playing for us next season, I doubt it. Or he'll be on the bench next season. We are. It depends how long his contract is, but we've got to make of what we have, because he's not going anywhere, and he'll be starting every game still, regardless.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just tell you my opinion after I read out some of the comments in the live chat. Ethan Dixon was just saying, quick question, would you rather sell Wyke and keep Sanderson, or let Sanderson leave and keep Wyke? That's an interesting question. I will answer that after I give my opinion. I'll just give you my opinion on McFadden real quick. Do you know what? I think we should be playing McFadzean, or he should be an option. I don't think we should be playing him, or he is an option a little bit further up the pitch, because I think he's fairly decent. I think he did it for Plymouth, where he played further up the pitch, not left back, because you can see him. And I give him a little bit of credit where he did feed in really good ball to McGeady, and he I can see him. He does do some good little things. I can see him do, but most of his game when he's defending, he gets exposed. That's the problem. That's the problem. He gets exposed. He can't ever stop a cross, or every time the ball comes to, the ball's passed back to him. You know, me and my dad like every time the ball goes back to him, because you just don't know what he's going to do. He could literally just pass it. I've never seen a player pass the ball to the other team so much in my life. I never have. He passes the ball to them so many times, more times than his teammates. So if I was to see him, I would rather have him further up the pitch. The
problem is we've bought all these players for Phil Parkinson's system, so we've still got like the Parkinson sort of players in the back of our sort of minds. 'Cause, like, we brought him in to play left back or be cover for Denver Hume, and you know how attacking Denver Hume is in the position there. Like, he almost plays as a left winger at times. So he's definitely a left wing back. Like, I wouldn't say he's a normal left back, but the further up the pitch, the better he probably is, because he just can't defend to save his life.
Yeah, absolutely. Before I come to that question from Ethan, I'll just ask Graham while he's here. McFadzean's performance today, Graham. Hello, Graham. First of all, how are you, Graham?
Hello. Thanks for catching me off guard again. He wasn't great. He really wasn't great. I think it's about time. I think it's about time we started looking elsewhere. We've got Jake Vogins on the bench. You know, I really don't get why he doesn't get a start and get game time. McFadzean just looks exposed everywhere. I honestly think that at times I think I could give him a run over 20 yards, and I'm not the fastest in the world at all. You know, he's not my cup of tea at all. I'm really sorry, we just didn't. He's had enough chance to prove himself, and he just hadn't.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I was just going to come to this question from Ethan Dixon. Quick question: would you rather sell Wyke and keep Sanderson, or let Sanderson leave and keep Wyke? Personally, for me, I'll just say this. I'll just give my answer quick. See how old? I'll judge them on their age. So obviously, Sanderson's what, like 21, 22 or something like that. 21, and you see he's how good he is now, and he's 21 years old. That is a player I think is a good long-term plan to keep for maybe even the Premier League if we manage to get there, or high-end Championship. Because some people can't make the step up from Championship to Premier League, so I think definitely high-end Championship. I would probably rather keep Sanderson, although Wyke has been brilliant this season, but he's like 28, 29 years old now, and he's I think, you know, I think not that it's hard to get a good striker in League One, but I think, you know, maybe if we get to the Championship, we could buy some. But that's my opinion. So I would probably, as much as it hurts me now, probably sell Wyke and keep Sanderson. But I'll ask Sean next.
We'll have to answer this question. It's a no-win situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you rather sell Wyke and keep Sanderson? Oh.
I've got an idea. I've got an explanation. I'd say, right, if we remained in League One, I'd say keep Wyke, because I'd want Sanderson to play at a higher level. I feel like he's good enough. He's good enough to play in the Championship and higher. Whereas Wyke, he's never going to play. But if we got promoted to the Championship, then I'd say Sanderson definitely, and try and buy him instead of just loaning them.
Yeah.
That'd be my view, anyway.
I just diverted that one off me. That I couldn't. That question. Thanks for the question, Ethan Dixon. But it's a no-win situation. But Dan he's done excellent there. I diverted it to Dan, and he's answered brilliantly. So thanks for that, Dan.
It's like a scenario that will never happen. It will never be an option given to us. It's like when people say, I was telling Dan about this, and it really, really winds me up when people say, "Would you rather win the Papa John's Trophy final or get promoted?" Like that question winds me up, and I'll tell you why. It's because it's not like the EFL have said, "All right, pick one." Do you know what I mean? That isn't an option. It's not like, "Oh, we lose the final, but we get promoted." Do you know what I mean? Or we win the final, and that's not an option. In the first season of League One, we didn't get either. So it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I think you're more likely to get promoted if you win the final, because then the momentum's with you. I think as soon as we lost the Czech Trophy final, everyone's heads were down, and then McGeady broke his foot after that, and then just never worked. So honestly, oh gosh, I'm just getting myself wound up here. Yeah, it just doesn't. It's just a ridiculous question, but. Oh, I don't know. Right, let me pass it over to Graham, because obviously Graham's just come around and joined us. Go on.
I'll leave.
I've literally just come round. I was flat out on the sofa 15 minutes ago. So
I'm going there now, I think. Right, see you.
See you later, Stephen. Cheers for coming on. Cheers. Yeah, but we'd just like to welcome everyone a new feature on the Fans React post-match, a reaction stream. This feature is called "What Does Graham Have for Tea?" Graham, what do you have for tea tonight?
It'll be gammon in baguettes with some addition to it. Marvelous, man. Yeah. Don't worry, Matthew. I'll send you a picture of it later on so you can have it through.
Very nice, very nice. Well, that sounds good. Right. I'll just chuck you back to the live chat. We're just talking about the left back. Ethan Dixon was saying at least Denver Hume can stop across. To be fair, I've seen that from Denver Hume this season. He's been like throwing himself in these like slide challenges, hasn't he? And he hasn't been holding back. And it's a player I would have liked to have seen play against Portsmouth, but instead,
I love Denver Hume. I don't love him, but I think he's a good player. Him, I don't.
Dan, is that because we're saying how bad McFadden in there and voting?
Mate, he's like Roberto Carlos compared to McFadden.
No, we're crying for Hume to come back now. Jesus, good.
Yeah, he's been a big miss, I think. Hume, and as Sean said,
I think so too.
Comparing them to the other two Muppets we've got, I mean, it's Chilwell and Tweedledee. It doesn't really matter who you play; they're both pretty bad. So yeah, hopefully it's good to see him back in training as well. There's a lot of people in the training video, and he was one of them. So yeah, hopefully he can get back before the end of the season.
Alyssa said this. It said Bolton fans were saying Declan John is class, one of their best players. Why did you not get a look in here? I couldn't recognise him on the street because we signed him and he just never ever played a game. And you just wonder why, really. And I would have rather have got Declan John than Callum McFadden, if I'm honest. And I've never seen Declan John play.
It's going to be like Jake Vokins this season. Get him on loan. He's not going to play.
But is that the Declan John thing? Was that not because he signed and then that's when the coronavirus started? Around at that time, he got injured, and then I think all the games got cancelled. I think it was a bit. He signed
at the end of January, so yeah, he only had about a month and a bit.
That's what I'm saying. I think he got the injury, and then he was just about to play. And then after was it the Gillingham game, I think, or the last game I played in the stadium was it Bristol Rovers with the turn of. I think he's going to play after that game, and then obviously the worldwide pandemic, and that sort of stopped it, didn't it?
Oh well, we'll never know. But surely he had to be a better defender than McFadden was.
I think it's decent. I've seen him before favour Swansea. I thought he's been a solid player. I'm surprised he's playing in League Two. I think he's better than League Two, Declan John. I mean, if McFadden's playing in League One, then he can play in League One. But yeah, as you said, I'd have him over McFadden. I'd have Graham over McFadden, I think.
Cheeky.
Playing left back.
Yeah.
Left back
Yeah.
in the change room.
Oh,
Graham, you-
mouth.
Faz, not you.
Oh, thanks.
Wait, you are left-footed though, Graham, aren't you?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go then.
See?
There you go.
Ideal. You see? Yeah. Ideal.
And you're running at the moment. You're getting fit.
Yeah. I say fit. Fit by comparison. But I'm just gonna like Sean stick a little dent in it.
Stella. Oh, he's on the strong stuff. Stella, that is strong stuff.
Not now. They've brought it down to 4.6%.
And that was 5.2 or something.
It used to be 5.2. They've knocked back 4.6% now. So makes it far more drinkable.
Strong stuff. As well.
Criminal. All right, then we'll move on to sort of the midfielders today. Now, obviously, Ledbetter just dislocated his shoulder. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, obviously, this dislocation. We had Winchester and who was it? Thingy starting the midfield. Power. That's Power. That's the one. But what did you think? What did you think of that? Choice in the starting 11. Do you think that was a fair choice? Or would you rather have Scoum? Sean, I'll start with you because obviously you're Max Power's biggest fan, so I'm sure you were delighted with him starting the game.
Well, I was surprised when Younger, obviously, I was saying when Younger started at right back. I thought he was going to go with. I put my team on. I thought he was going to go with 3 at the back, and I had a feeling it would start Power. I had a feeling Power wasn't going to get dropped, but I was quite shocked when he put. It was the 4-2-3-1 because we were trying to figure out the formation as well. He had Power and Winchester in the middle, and he was obviously the back 4, McFadden, Sanderson, O'Neill, and Younger right back. But when he started Power in the middle, I'm not a big fan of Power. I think but to be fair though, he had 2 great games. Two of his best games he's had in a Sunderland shirt was the Burton game and the Fleetwood game. It was really, really good. But then he had that absolute shambolic game against Crewe, didn't he? But I think he just seems more comfortable at right back. Do you not think? He just seems more at ease there. Where in the middle, but see, a nice start of the game in the middle of the day, and he didn't do too bad, to be fair, in the middle. But obviously, when Winchester got the injury, didn't he? Got that knocked into his knee, and that's when they changed the move to right back, didn't they? So, I was team selection. I was quite surprised with the team selection, with just in the fact that Younger had started because I think it's his first start in the league. I think he started a few Papa John's trophy games, but in the league, I think maybe it's his first start. But it's what it is. It's won the game. That was the main thing. And when you look at the games, you had Crewe, Swindon, and Rochdale. I said we need to get 9 points, but we're getting 7. It's not too bad, but we just need to keep on winning. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely. Great, Graham. Did you have anything to add on that?
Not really. I think Sean's right. I think Power's better at right back. I think he feels a lot more comfortable there. Whatever brings that on. I missed the defender. So just very quickly on Younger, I think he had a fairly solid game. For a start. I think. There was a couple of times where stuff was a bit wayward, but it was really good to see the rest of the team kind of jeering him on and saying, great idea, good thing it didn't quite pay off. But I think just about got it right. I think Winchester was unlucky to get the knock, and then obviously Younger coming off and popping Max Power back to right back. I think worked quite well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dan, what did you make of the midfielders today? Do you think they all started in their right positions?
Yeah, I think it was a good decision to not play Scowen. He was poor last game. Even when he came on today, he's just every time he turns backwards. Just gets right on me and my dad's nerves. My dad's shouting at him. He's not one of his favourite players. But I think Power, you know, you can rely on him. As long as he's on the pitch, I don't really think he cares where he's playing. You know, he's a sort of bloke who just wants to be playing.
Did we see him towards halftime? Did we all see him shouting at Jordan Jones?
Yeah.
Who was Power?
Like Power,
Yeah.
like literally top of his lungs, shouting at him.
I could hear him.
You know, it was. I know we're going to talk about the next line shortly, but I think Jordan Jones was a bit lucky, if I'm honest. You know, that especially that booking in the first half that he got, petulant, shouldn't have run after him, but it was the lead up to that. But yeah, Power at one point literally was like top of his lungs, belting stuff at them. You know, as if to say, "Book your chun ideas up, you dipstick." You know. I think I kept that clean as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you see what? Do you remember in the game with McGeady and Jones? I don't know what they were doing. They were doing a bit of acting where one of them run over the ball and the other one. Did you see that whole dummy thing that they did?
And then they went out for a bloody goal kick anyway.
Yeah. I think the problem with that was I didn't think they knew what they were doing at the same time. But they tried to make it. They tried to make it look. You know.
It would have been pretty good, to be honest, if it landed on someone's head, because I think they did catch everyone out. And all the players in the box, they knew what was happening.
I think they tried to do that. I remember them trying to do that the other day. I think it might have been against Burton or someone. They tried to do that. I think they've been trying that in training, because I remember them doing that the other day.
Yeah, one day it'll work out, you know, and it'll be magic, but it just wasn't today. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to interrupt everyone quickly because we just want to plug something quickly. So if I can put this on screen and put this on screen as well. This is a Fans React clothing. Well, I'm actually covering Graham's face there. This is our this is our clothing here. As you can see, we've got t-shirts, we've got hoodies. As you can see, I've got mine on today. It's very nice. Although I do recommend washing it before you wear it. Otherwise, it's quite itchy. But it's right. I've got a shirt on underneath it. It's fine.
Good promotion.
Yeah, just wash it before you wear it. You know, we've got some mugs, stickers, phone cases, socks. All you weird Samsung users out there, there's your phone case, face masks. And this is my favourite one. It says Shaw Middleton's. It's absolutely free. Doesn't cost a penny. That is that one. The sale price of £16.58. Also available in the navy blue colour as well. If there's anything else on there. Oh, also there's a pencil case as well. Just for when you go back to school on the 8th of March. There's you can buy a Fans React pencil case. It should arrive.
My homework. I'll have to get that.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan's homework. You'll be the only one here that needs that. I think me and Sean need a time machine.
But yeah, that's all that, and then the link is there as well. We'll put it in the description as well on our future videos as well, so everyone can go and check that out. So yeah, there you go. There's a little sponsorship. Right then.
Question from AJJ. Do you do cabinets for all the trophies to go in? That might be one for PJ.
Yeah, well, I mean, for the one trophy that we could get on Sunday.
What was the point? I have to say I was very impressed with the letter from the management this morning that arrived by post. I'd be more impressed when the Papa John's trophy we all get a free voucher for a free pizza. That would impress me a lot more. I have to say. You know, one pizza times the season ticket holders and members, that'd go down really well. Not that I'm sponsored by Papa John's, but they're a million times better than Domino's.
Oh,
you think
That's
so?
a whole other conversation. Oh, couldn't be mild. There's literally no grease on a Papa John's pizza, where the Domino's ones you kind of swim in a little bit.
Disappointed, Graham.
I think what you just heard Matthew say was, "For God's sake, will you shut up and broadcasting?" Is that what happened?
I just told my little brother to shut up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got a Domino's yesterday, and I mean, there was not. They're absolutely lovely. I mean, what you saying? There's too much grease on the Domino's pizzas.
Yeah. Just give Papa John's a try, and I promise you, if you don't like it,
Can we kick him out, Matthew?
I'll pay for it, Matthew.
No,
you wouldn't do that.
I'll just keep on this for the rest of the video.
There you go. Tell us. Tell us in the live chat. Domino's or give over. Domino's or Papa John's.
Yeah.
I've never had a Papa John's in my life.
You've never had one?
Never had a Papa John's in my life.
I've had a Papa John's.
You need Papa John's in your life. They are far superior.
I'll try it out.
Try it out just once.
I've known a Papa John's in like about, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. To be fair, I mean,
Are you old enough to remember a pizza 5 or 6 years ago?
I just remember me being in like year 7 or something. So that's how I remember it.
You need to give him another go. Any kids, back to football. Sorry for the intermission.
Yes, of course. When everyone in the chat's going, Papa John's is leagues above Domino's. Do you know what? We might have to. I think. Sorry. It's like an argument really of what's better, like Burger King, McDonald's, Rich Energy, Red Bull. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of.
It's a bit of a dig, wasn't it? But we'll go with Burger King. It's definitely better than McDonald's.
We're going to move off the this subject.
McDonald's all day.
Before Dan and Graham have a fight.
McDonald's is the greatest invention ever. I'm telling you.
Give over.
Right. Where am I on to now? McGeady today. McGeady. I mean, he had a much better game than previous games, didn't he?
Yeah.
Go on, Sean. You answer first.
What game was going to talk there? I thought McGeady, he done well. He was
sorry, it's me on Twitter with a poll.
He's customizing his Papa John's pizza.
No, I'm
extra olives, extra sweet corn, chicken.
I'm putting a poll up on Twitter. What is better, Domino's or Papa John's? We'll be back shortly with the results. Let me just mute.
I think McGeady he played well. He had that spark, like that you can say that quality was there at the end. His sharpness was there. There was a bit in the game where he just turned the midfielder. He just turned him inside out. He looked lively. He put a couple of good crosses in as well. And I thought the quality was there with him. And he's obviously the last 2 games, the Crew game, and the Swindon game, he wasn't too great, was he? But McGeady's going to be crucial in this running. I think if you can get the best out of McGeady, then we'll have a great chance of having a great end of the season. But he's got to keep on trying to get the best out of him. To be fair, and we're going to need him we'll need him massively on Tuesday night. And if the consistent McGeady who's got 11 assists turns up on Tuesday, then we'll have a great chance of beating Portsmouth, won't we?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a much better. But the thing is, playing 2 games a week, when you're in good form, it's quite difficult, especially at his age as well, to play the same every single game. But we did see it today. That extra step over. The flip flap and my favourite one is when he crosses the ball with his left foot, and I think he's the only player that can do it. But it's like he floats the ball. The ball just floats in the air with his like left foot cross, and it's so dangerous to defend. It's so difficult to defend against because the strikers have so much time to just position themselves, and it's just this is the player. And honestly, I could say after every single game why Parkinson left this person out, and I think now of him in good form and going into Pompey, then. Yeah, I mean, it'd be brilliant, really. But how do you think, Dan? How do you think he linked up with sort of Jordan Jones? Do you think they played quite well together on the wings?
Yeah, I think they're probably our two best wingers. Mikidi, he only needs that one bit of brilliance. Andrew's
Shut
going
up!
up.
Sorry.
Like when he early on when he beat McLaughlin down the left hand side and won the free kick and obviously took the free kick to get the first goal. I mean that's the bit of quality that he has. He's head and shoulders above any other on his day. He's head and shoulders above any other player in the league, in my opinion. So we just got to hope that it is his day more often, But yeah, another assist today, the most assists in the league, and he didn't play for 4 months. So I mean, stats tell you that he's definitely a brilliant player for this level, and I think if he's fit and playing well, then we've got every chance of going up. Because I think he is him and White are our main players, 100%.
Well, just look at this. You look at the assists from the players in the league so far. I mean, George Honeyman, 11 assists, but look at the games played. 32 games played. Look at McGeady, 17, and on the same number of assists.
I mean he's half the games.
He's played half the game. Look how many games that these players have played. 30 games, 32 games.
Unbelievable.
Incredible. Absolutely unbelievable. And I mean, even if you go on top scorers, you look at where Charlie Wyke is. I mean, Johnson Clark Harris is also having a great season, only 1 goal ahead of him, but played 2 games more than Wyke. So Wyke and McGeady, I mean, joint players of the season. I think they've been absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I honestly, I could say this every single, after every single game of what great players these two people are. But well, great, Graham. Are you back now from your putting your poll up?
I am, but I made a bullzug of it. Instead of doing 3 hours, I've done 3 days. So we wait until Tuesday night, and we'll have a meeting on Tuesday night before Porto.
Free match. We'll get the results.
Yeah, 3 match.
There we go.
What a panic! What a panic.
Come on, Matthew, don't let me down.
Graham, I'm not even following you. No, I followed you now.
That's embarrassing.
That is embarrassing. It should be a shame.
Yeah, I honestly thought we were friends.
I'm following you now.
Thanks.
There you go. Yeah, look, I mean, you've already got 66.7%. I mean, only 3 people. 3.
Yeah, that's
right. Wait, I think. Do you know what we'll do? We'll keep this on screen. Can we keep this on screen
for a bit?
What is this?
Oh, that's great.
Where did you get that picture of me from?
Wait, why can't I click on the? There we go. There it is. Don't know what happened there. Right, there we go. And I'll tell you what I'll do as well. I'll retweet this so more people can see it.
That's it. Yeah. Just keep retweeting.
We'll keep an eye on that. We'll leave it on screen. Oh dear me! Right then, going into Portsmouth on Tuesday. We'll start track. I don't think anyone else is going to join us, but this is a great lineup anyway, so we'll just leave it as this. Going into the game on Tuesday. Now, Lee Johnson did say in his press conference before the game that he does have these things where he thinks about who he's gonna play for future games. So he might sit certain players out today, or whatever. Graham, I'll ask you first. With sort of McGeady, Jones, the players that play today, who would you start from today? On Tuesday.
I've got to be honest with you, I think I'd start them all. I think the only change I might make would be to take. Look, it depends. It depends on how they come back from the injuries. If I'm honest, but I think I'd move. Power back to right back, Scowen in the middle, I think apart from that, I'd leave it pretty much unchanged. Like pretty much, why change something that's working? And I have to say, it's a mark of a good manager that he's taking far ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Domino taking the lead.
It's a mark of a good manager. So for me, if something ain't broken, then try not to fix it. And I just wonder whether that's the reason that. And please don't pelt at me for it. But I just wonder whether that's the reason that that McFadzean gets his game still. That's the only thing I can think. Part of a winning team. Who knows? But for me, any case, I say for the last time, I wouldn't change a lot.
Well, would you still keep Oliver Younger in the starting 11?
I'd take Younger out, put Power at right back, and then move the middle around. Have Scone in the middle, maybe.
Yeah, fair enough. Sean, don't know what Sean's doing. What would you? Who would you start from today on Tuesday? Like Graham, would you start them all apart from Younger?
Well, obviously it's a massive game for me. It's Portsmouth. I know they got beat. They got tanked there 4-1. Where they got it right. Humiliating, didn't it? It was a bad defeat for them, but they want to bounce back on Tuesday night. So we've got to be at it. I wouldn't start with the same team now. I would, as Graham said, I think McFadzean probably is obviously winning the games. You stick with the winning side. I think that's probably what's keeping him in. But as me and Dan was saying earlier on, if McFadzean's keeping Vokins out, then that doesn't say much about Vokins, does it? And I've been saying this for a while now. McFadzean's awful, but he's keeping Vokins out. So that means Vokins is even worse than McFadzean. You know what I mean? Which is really bad. So it's going to be McFadzean. I think Winchester took a knock, so I'm not sure if he's going to be fit. So it could be, is he going to do 3-4-3 or 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1? But Powell will definitely start. 09 and Sanderson, 100%. Power, Scowen will if he's fit. Power will play. Will Maguire come in for Winchester? Because Winchester took a knock, so Maguire could start. Jordan Jones done himself justice today. He played well. He put a hell of a cross in for White for the goal, and he did play a lot better than what he did midweek against Swindon. So I think Jordan Jones will start. McGeady and White. So I think they'll be pretty much the same, but I think I don't think Oliver Younger will start on Tuesday. Not against Portsmouth. I think it'll be. I think Power will go back to right back, and then if it's a 4-3-3, I think you'd put Maguire. Maguire for Winchester, Scowen, Jordan Jones, Gooch, and obviously bringing Gooch back in. I think Gooch was 50-50 today, so I think Lee Johnson likes Gooch, so I think Gooch will start. Depends what system we're going to play on Tuesday. You know what I mean? That's the thing, isn't it? I mean, we're going to play a three at the back, or we're going to go 4 at the back. But it's only if Gooch is fit, he'll play. Younger, he'll not start for me. I think Power will go there if he has to. If Winchester, is he going to be fit? If not, I think Maguire will start. I think Maguire will start anyway. I think Maguire's been knocking on the door. Jordan Jones has done himself justice today with a good performance. So hopefully Gooch is back and McGeady's firing on all cylinders, and Charlie White does the business, and we can go down there and get a victory. It'll be a great confidence booster, wouldn't it? Going to the final.
Absolutely, Sean, 1,000,000% agreed. I just think that on Tuesday we've got to go out the blocks quick, and we've got to hit them hard.
Yeah.
Play a high press, fast football against them.
Yeah.
It's not something that Sunderland do very often, and we just need to get on it and get about them quick and early on in the game. So fingers crossed.
Absolutely, mate. Spot on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I said to them in the week, or it might have been yesterday or something. Said if we beat Rochdale, Portsmouth, and Tranmere, then I think we're finishing the top 2 because our confidence will be through the roof.
Oh, absolutely.
So we've got one win down, 2 to go. Because it's a big week. I think will be the season-defining week almost.
Massive.
I said Dan before the game today. I says it's probably going to the biggest week of the history of the club this week is Tuesday and then Sunday. It's a massive week. It defines it. I mean, if you've gone down there and beat Portsmouth on Tuesday, massive confidence going to the final. You win the final. You finally end your hoodoo. Right, if the jinx that is Wembley. If you beat Portsmouth, then win the Papa John's on Sunday. You imagine the confidence all the squad's going to take from that. It's going to be massive, huge.
Yeah,
spot on.
Absolutely. And if we can beat Portsmouth on Tuesday, then I'm sure we can we can beat anyone. I'm looking forward to Tuesday. It should be really good doing a pre-match show for that. We'll start to wrap this up now because I can tell Graham's getting hungry. Looking forward to his game I get.
I'll give over you. Listen, there's still 3 days of that left yet.
There's still, I can't stop laughing. You put it over 3 days.
Listen, that's just me age, you know.
He's got to get into Papa John's. He needs time to do that.
Yeah. Wait, a quick question, Graham and Sean. Did you see what we did with the pre-match quiz today?
No, but Dan did text me about it.
Well, what we've done is instead of writing down, obviously one person still needs to write down questions, and I'll put me here. Obviously one person still needs to make the quiz, but instead of just us, asking the questions and then holding our answers up, I don't know if you've seen Kahoot. We've made a Kahoot quiz where it's online and interactive, so we can actually put it on screen for everyone. Everyone watching can take part, like an online quiz. We write all the questions in, and then we can take part. And do that. So I don't know. Are you up for coming on pre-match on Tuesday, Graham? Or are you available?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday, so I'll be there pre-match.
Okay.
I'm off you.
Are you going to come on as well, Dan? You got no homework?
I'm there.
Okay. And Sean, you're doing the watch along for Tuesday.
Yeah.
I might join you as well for the watch along. It depends. I'll speak to my dad and see if I can get the see if I can get the living room free for myself. But yeah, so what's that Facebook, Graham?
Nothing.
Yeah, I'll write the quiz for Tuesday and then put it in. And then I'll put it into a Kahoot quiz so everyone can join in. But yeah, so that's been it today. Big win, 2-0 against Rochdale. We're still there. Domino's is still winning. Sunderland is still winning. Away the lads. We'll see you all Tuesday then. See you later then. Bye bye.
See you.